Hey legends, welcome back to another episode of Mobile Legends Hero Don'ts, where we help you to avoid the biggest mistakes with your favorite heroes. Today we're diving into the newest addition to the Land of Dawn, KALEA, the Surging Wave.
My tail's been itching for a real fight.
As a dynamic support fighter hybrid, KALEA can be a nightmare to deal with, but only if played correctly. If you want to maximize her potential and avoid costly mistakes, stick around. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more Mobile Legends content. Let's get started. Don't number 1. Don't forget your passive. KALEA's passive can be triggered by all her skills. Spamming her skills just for the initial damage won't take you far, as her passive plays a key role in her gameplay. It enhances her next 3 basic attacks, granting mobility and healing. Her skill 1 can be used to both create and absorb water zones, and has the lowest cooldown compared to her other skills, so make sure to use it wisely. Although having considerably long cooldowns, her skill 2 and ultimate could also be used to trigger her passive during team fights and ganks. Pro tip: always play with the passive in mind. KALEA can trigger her passive several times during fights using different skill combinations. Learn when and in which order to use it by playing against some AI matches, and you will get into the rhythm in no time. Her passive can be the difference between securing a kill or letting your enemy escape. Don't number 2. Don't misuse her sustain. KALEA can hold her own very well in fights due to her impressive sustain. Due to her passive and regen abilities, she can absorb damage and sustain well in team fights. But just because you can doesn't mean you must. Don't dive into every single fight. If you're initiating, make sure your team is following you. Otherwise, if your team is just not in the mood for it, you will just be getting a bad KDA while your team is playing safe. Analyze your surrounding for walls, to use your skill 2 for mobility to escape if things get intense, or at least a turret, so that you can use your ultimate to escape while taking a free kill. Pro tip: be patient, analyze the map and wait for opportunities. Only dive in when there is no unnecessary risk and when there are clear opportunities. The only time you should dive in other than that is if you're playing the support role and you need to protect a teammate. Don't number 3. Don't spam her ultimate. KALEA's ultimate should not be wasted in every single fight you get into. Don't just grab any opponent. You might end up dragging the enemy's tank, who definitely won't die that easy. Since it has a considerable cooldown, you must make the most of it while it's available. Use it to get guaranteed and targeted objectives such as isolating the enemy damage dealers or any other key players, or to escape sticky situations. Keep it ready for critical situations when there are clear objectives. However, if you do plan on spamming it, add fleeting time to your build to reduce its cooldown. Pro tip: use your ultimate when securing objectives such as Turtle and Lord. While your team is securing the objective, you can grab and pull away the opponent team's jungler, who might try to use his retribution to make a steal at the last second. Don't number 4. Don't spam skill 2 with auto lock. KALEA's skill 2 has 2 parts. One of which is if she uses it against a wall or a water zone, she jumps into the air and you can target her to slam where you want. This skill should never be spammed with auto lock. If you do, you might find yourself landing on the enemy's tank or landing on nothing at all. For example, in this game, both Natalia and their marksman were low HP. I was distracted when I was using skill 2 and I didn't think much about the target and just targeted to drop close to the enemy and not on the enemy, which resulted in their escape. If I had targeted it better, I could have easily landed a double kill. Pro tip, this skill is extremely useful for ganks. Always target and prioritize where to slam. Target the opponent's damage dealer or their squishy backliners so that you can land on them and follow up with your ultimate to eliminate them. Don't number 5. Don't ignore team fights. KALEA is crucial in team fights. Whether you are playing EXP or Roam, be sure to participate in critical team fights, especially when securing objectives like Turtle or Lord. KALEA's ability to absorb damage and to heal allies around her with her passive is a game changer in team fights. Another key factor is that her ability to change the battlefield in her favor by consistently creating water zones, which causes confusion in the enemy team. It won't hurt to be a bit aggressive in team fights. KALEA can be used to confuse and overwhelm the enemy.
Obviously, everyone knows that.
Time for some matchup and counter advice. KALEA is perfectly fine to use in the EXP lane. She can hold her own and deal considerable damage over time. You just have to play safe and farm in the early game, and in the late game, you can make a huge impact to the game. However, when you're playing solo queue, your teammates might not let you play EXP with her without proof. So be ready to play support most of the time until you get enough stats to convince them. However, if you're planning to play EXP lane, make sure to practice and master her skills before that. Unlike roaming, when you're playing EXP lane, you must know how to use her skills and passive in every way. Otherwise, you won't last long. KALEA struggles against hard lockdown CC heroes like Franco, Kaja and Ruby. So make them waste their skills before diving in. Heroes with strong bursts like Gushan or Xavier can hurt her in the early game, so be patient against them. Tanky sustain heroes like Uranus and Esmeralda can absorb her damage without much trouble, so don't waste your skills against them. KALEA can give a lot of heroes a hard time with her passive and sustain, especially heroes with low mobility struggles against her. Thunderbelt, Guardian Helmet and Oracle works well with KALEA's playstyle and passive. Immortality can also be a nice addition in case of close-up team fights. Fleeting Time can be used to use her ultimate frequently. Time for a combo. When it comes to combos, there is no specific 1 or 2 combos when playing KALEA. The more you play with her, the more combos you find. You can use her skills in different orders and trigger her passive in many ways. However, here is the most common one. Use skill 2 against a wall and reach the targeted enemy. Absorb the water zone created from skill 2 using skill 1. And use her ultimate and passive to shut him down. And that wraps up our KALEA edition of Mobile Legends Hero Don'ts. Remember, wait for opportunities, analyze the surrounding and focus on her passive. KALEA is a great hero to rank up in my opinion. If you master her well, you will understand that she is way more than a support. Which tip did you find the most useful? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Mobile Legends content. Until next time, see you in the land of dawn.